Now from SRV Studios, Mr. Craig Thatcher.
Good evening, folks, and welcome back to the Schuylkill River Valley for Sidetrack Sunday number 1 for, it's November 2024. This was supposed to be the October show, but that didn't work out so good. Sorry about that, folks. I had everything set up last week, or last month, I should say, and I woke up Sunday morning and my computer had given up the ghost. So I appreciate Ray for stepping up and covering for me. But we're back up and running. So let me say hello to everybody here. Dwight was first in, as always, so Dwight gets the cookie. Kyle Stevens was second, so he gets the half cookie. And Todd Armstrong was third, so sorry, Todd, but appreciate you being here anyhow. Brian from the Iron Horse Model Railroad was in. Good to see you, Brian. Ray Boble, good to see you, Ray. Let's see, we have Tammy and Ray from Mom and Son Train Rail Fans. Great to see you guys. And Greg from the Midsummer Railway N Scale. Good to see you, Greg. Hope you're well. Steve, 87th PSAP's in. Good to see you, Steve. So is James from the Dundas Junction Model Railroad. Let's see, who else? Derail Darrell's here. Good to see you, Darrell. And JD, good to see you. Congrats on the 1,000 subs, JD. That's awesome. Let's see, who else do we have here? Oh, Hot Dog Pilot Andy. Good to see you, Andy. Glad you could make it in. There's Wigwag Workshop. Glad you could make it in, Stephen. And Dale, the Highball and Hogger. Great to see you, Dale. It's been a while, man. I hope you're doing well. Let's see, who else? Somebody said hello to Floyd. I didn't see Floyd's name here. If I missed you, Floyd, I'm sorry. Good to see you, Floyd. And JP, John Paulson, is there. Good to see you, JP. Let's see. Joe Rader. Glad you could make it, Joe. Let's see. Oh, I can't seem to put comments up on the screen tonight. Oh, well, sorry about that, folks. Glad you liked the music, Dale. Thank you. Craig is definitely my favorite artist. There's Anthony Dodge, the Model Train Outsider. Good to see you, Anthony. Dan's Model Railroading Journey. Great to see you, Dan. John Benicki's in here. Good to see you, John. And Santa Fe Bob. Good to see you, Bob. Corey, the Train Buff Boy 47. Good to see you, Corey. There's DB Tech. Dave. Good to see you, Dave. Nathan DeLay. Good to see you, man. It's been a while. I hope you're well. Bob from the PK&W Model Works. Good to see you, Bob. Let's see. Oh, it just jumped on me. Let me go back here. Let's see. Al Marr. Good to see you, Al. Glad you could make it. Ken Amos. Glad you could make it, Ken. Pretty sure I said hi to Kyle Stevens. There's Edward from Happy Valley Hobbies. Good to see you, Edward. Let's see. Al Marr said hi to Al. There's Anthony from the Georgia Sunbelt. Good to see you, Anthony. Nathan, if it's the song I'm thinking about, yes, I do like it. Not sure if we're thinking about the same song, though. Let's see. Tom Gracie, good to see you, Tom. And there's Rick from the Fultz Bailey Model Railroad. Good to see you, Rick. And Jerry, Boxcar Jerry, glad you could make it in. Let's see. I think I'm at the bottom. I think I got everybody. If I miss anybody, I certainly apologize. I appreciate everybody being here. Somebody said hi to Rusty. I didn't see Rusty pop in. If I missed you, Rusty, I apologize. Good to see you. Let's see. And there's Randall Ellison. Good to see you, Randall. All right, I think I got everybody. Like I said, if I missed you, I apologize. You can smack me on the back of the head. But I do appreciate you being here. Now, oh, there's JJ from Great Northern. Good to see you, JJ. Glad you could make it. All right, there's GRE 2057. Good to see you. And there's Jason the Train Freak. Good to see you, Jason. Glad you can make it in. And Dwight, in case you missed me, no, I think you said hello a couple times, Dwight. Good to see you, man. Oh, there's Rusty. Good to see you, Rusty. Glad you could make it. All right, before I get started on tonight's show, I do have some sad news. You may have noticed that, hang on a second, there's Dwayne's Fork and Spoon Railroad. Good to see you, Dwayne. You may have noticed that Ray didn't post his customary video this week. His for the last week or so, his buddy Beethoven had been doing poorly, so Ray was caring for his buddy. Well, I'm sorry to say that this morning, and I guess I'll put it the way Ray did, Beethoven crossed the Rainbow Bridge. I know many of us have dogs or have had dogs, and we certainly know the huge impact they have on our lives and the equally big hole they leave when they pass. Very sorry to hear this, Ray. I would, for Ray, Dawn, and Rachel, my most sincere and heartfelt condolences. I certainly know the pain you're going through right now. So I hope everybody will join me in keeping Ray and the family in your thoughts and prayers. This is certainly a difficult time for them. And yeah, Tom, it is definitely sad when we lose someone or a pet. Dogs really are man's best friend. But Ray, I hope you guys can take solace in the fact that best friendship works both ways. Beethoven gave you many years. I believe he was 14. So he gave you many years of love and friendship. And but you gave him a wonderful life. And he knew that, Ray. So I hope you guys can take solace in that. And I see from the comments in here that everybody is sharing their condolences and their support for Ray and his family. So, on behalf of Ray and all the Bobles, let me say thank you. I know Ray appreciates that. It's the community, the friendship that Ray has always loved here, and I know that he and his family definitely appreciate the support. So thank you very much. Yes, Corey, we all do know how that feels. All right, so I know that Ray wouldn't want us dwelling on that. It's the fun, the camaraderie, and the trains that Ray has loved. So I guess we'll get started with all due respect to Ray and to Beethoven. Excuse me. Kind of lost my my train of thought here for a second. Okay. So last time I was here, it was a couple months ago. I was working on my Conrail N-4A Caboose. And, oh, there's John, Train BFGR. Good to see you, John. Glad you can make it. And you're absolutely right. They are part of the family. And I wish I could put the comments on the screen. I'm sorry. I'm working off my old computer, and I guess I don't have everything set up again, right? But Dan's Model Railroad Journey says, Ray, when and if the time is right, we would all love for you to share your memories. And really, that's what it's all about. Bob from PKNW met Beethoven, and he's also sorry to hear. I never had the pleasure of meeting him, although I did see him on a few of Ray's live streams. He would manage to photobomb the streams a lot, which is great. So anyhow, I was working on. I see somebody just said hello to John Paulson, JP. I hope I said hi to you. I hope I didn't miss you, but just in case. So I was working on my Conrail N-4A Caboose. I was weathering it to match the photos that I had. You're right, JP. It's like driving an old car on a long trip. You just don't know until you try. Yeah, you know, I did have this computer set up. I was streaming with it, but I don't know whether I probably need to upgrade the extensions, and I just didn't think to do that before we started. So I'm sure you guys can follow along. No, I don't need a GoFundMe for a new PC, Bob. Actually, I'm really just sick of them, to be honest with you. I've made my living using them. I've written countless lines of computer code programming them, and I'm sick of them, to be honest with you. They were supposed to make our lives easier, and I'll be damned if I say it. Hey, Jason, hey, my birthday was great, man. Just like every day. They're all good. Thank you. So I was weathering or fading the Conrail Caboose, and I was using some Nathan wants to know if it was a dream come true when we took a ride on the Northern RDC cars. Yes, it was, Nathan. Well, I enjoyed meeting you, but I hadn't met you up in Steamtown, so it was, I guess I should say I enjoyed seeing you again. But yeah, that was the, thanks, Corey. Thanks, Greg. Thanks, Kyle. For those of you who don't know, if you ask Jason, the Train Freak, Steve 87th, Sparky, and a few others, yes, JP, I'm 39 again. Every day is my birthday. Which thanks, Dwayne. Which is great. I mean, I'm happy to take the birthday every day as long as you have a gift in your hand. Of course, by now that makes me well over 300. But hey, it's all good. I don't feel a day over 250. So, happy Womb Liberation Memorial Day. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, John B. John, I think without computers, we wouldn't meet each other without the internet because of the connections, especially other countries. You're absolutely right, Nathan. I wouldn't be sitting here without computers. I wouldn't have met any of you, and I met a bunch of you in person and on screen. So I'm just a little annoyed when they stop working. Let's see. Dwight says I look 35. Thank you, Dwight. I appreciate it, man. I could get to like you. And Jason's gift to me is being in my presence. Thank you, Jason. I couldn't ask for a better gift, man. And John Train, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Ken wants to know if that was before or after Sparky broke my back. Actually, it was before and after, since he usually says happy birthday to me too. And there's Pappy. Great to see you, Pappy. Hope you're doing well. And Edward says I don't look over a day over 199. Well, hey, you know, I think I like Dwight saying I was 35 and Kyle saying I was 16. A little bit better, Edward. I could ask one of the moderators to time you out here. So anyhow, I was using. Oh, Dale's birthday is tomorrow. Very cool, Dale. Happy birthday to you. Going to turn 29 again, I guess, huh? And JJ just turned 59 for the first time himself. Cool. Let's see. All right, so I had been using some, what was I using? Pan pastels. Oh, Corey is 19. Wow. That was a couple years ago for me, Corey. Just a couple of them. I was using the pan pastels, which I had wet, a little bit of water, and using them to fade the car. And I told everybody that I was going. There we go, pie at Lulu's. Very cool. Nathan, I would love riding on the T1 Reading and Northern. I love trains, man. I love riding on them. And Jason is twice as old as Corey, which still makes you a kid, Jason. So I had mentioned during the stream that I was going to seal the pan pastels with a fixative. There's Dave from Carolina Foothills Railroad. Good to see you, Dave. Glad you can make it in. And I told everybody I was with a fixative that is used by pastel artists for sealing their work after they finished it. You know, the pastels would be easily destroyed on canvas as they are on the cars. So they use a clear coat. They call it a fixative. And I don't remember who it was that asked. They asked if I had been using Grumbacher fixative, and I couldn't remember, but yes, that is what I used. This is it. It's Grumbacher Final Fixative Matte. It's for pastels, charcoal, and pencil. And it works really well. I was happy with it. One of the problems with dull coating over pastels, especially on the models, is the dull coat tends to wash away or otherwise destroy the effect. Where this, I mean, I imagine it would if you got too heavy-handed with it, but I very light coats and now fix it then for an entirely different problem, Pappy. I guess you could if you sprayed it on too heavy, but I used very light coats and I was about a foot away, so I wasn't blowing any of the pastels off, and I wasn't washing them out too much either. Fix it then, did someone get hit? So this is where we stand right now. All right, Jason, glad you could make it in, man. We'll see you around. You get some sleep. You got an early morning. So here's where the car stands. Let me let's see what we got here. See if this helps. It's a little bit better. There we go. So it did a pretty decent job of I'm sorry, I was reading. John Knopfel, good to see you, John. Glad you could make it in. It did a good job of sealing in the pastels without completely washing them away. So I'm pretty happy with that. The what I had planned on doing tonight is the model didn't have the smokestack and I don't know, I guess exhaust stack from the toilet or whatever. They weren't on the model. They had been broken off before I had gotten it, or I guess I could have broken them off when I took the model out of the box. I don't know, but I didn't notice that I did, and I never did find them. So I had 3D printed them, replacements, and that was going to be one of the things I did tonight. Although, as I was looking at it, getting ready for tonight's show, I'm really not happy with these. I mean, I'm happy with them. They came out looking fine, but I just think they're way too small. I doubt you're going to be able to see that at all. Yeah. It's printed in clear. Oh, wow. Nathan, that's cool. Nathan says that he met a woman on a train. She was going to buy a caboose from Conrail, and they weren't cooperative. So Andy Mueller, that's the owner of the Reading and Northern, helped her buy one. That's very cool. I printed these in clear. The only reason I printed them in clear was I happened to have clear resin in the printer at the time. And as you can imagine, things this small don't take much resin. And since I was going to be painting them anyhow, I didn't see any sense in changing the... Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it. Yeah, I knew you weren't going to be able to see this. Hopefully, when they do get on the model and painted black, you'll be able to see them. But like I said, since I was going to be painting it anyhow, I didn't see any sense in going through the trouble of changing the resin. So I just used the clear that was in it. Oh, cool, Nathan. So we are talking about the ladies' caboose, I guess, Steve. So anyhow, I'm not going to bother putting these on here. Like I said, they did come out nice, but just a little too small. I still have a bit of a problem visualizing N scale things. I either see them as bigger than they should be, or way too small. In this case, way too small. So I will have to reprint them, and when I get them on the model, I will definitely do a follow-up and show you how it came out. So we'll just set these in the trash since they're way too small. All right, so 4428. Very cool. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the thumbs up if you don't mind. So what I am going to do tonight, I'm going to rust up. Rust up the wheels a little bit, and the pictures that I had showed that those panels that they had put over a couple of the windows were rusting in the corner. So I'm going to add a little bit of rust, and probably a little bit of rust on the bottom. So that's what I'll end up doing for tonight. Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate it, man. So let me reset up my camera here for a second, and I will be back. Okay, I'm back. Here's the caboose. Oh, you can get a little bit better view. I'm pretty happy with the way the fading came out. It definitely faded from what it was originally. So let's. Thanks, Anthony. So let's see what we. Pappy, yeah, you didn't really have to ask that, Pappy. Actually, I'd have to get back on it. I got a little ticked off with it. I ended up with a short. I've got a short somewhere, and this was back in tax season, so it gives you an idea of how long it's been since I worked on it. But I kept a couple of times. I did try to track down my short, but like I said, it was tax season and I was tired, and it was really the wrong time to do it. So I wonder if Bernard would put Sparky on the goose because he loves Conrail. I don't. The caboose. Nathan is going to run on the N scale, on my N scale layout. That's the Christmas layout. I'm not going to say that I'll have it running by Christmas, but I would really like to. And Kyle, yes, the song is really called SRB. Thank you. I'm sure Craig appreciates it. I love Craig's music. It's called SRV, and I would love to say that he wrote it for my channel, but it's actually a tribute to Stevie Ray Vaughan. So the original SRV. No, Pappy, you haven't missed a thing on that layout. But I really will get back to it. Ah, there's Corey back again. So let's see here. This is just a little Vallejo Model Air Light Rust. Nathan, the HO layout I've been doing some work on, but very, very little. And the N scale, like I said, I really haven't done much of anything. There's Heath from Humanity Junction. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And Sparky says a rail fanning Sparky would look great on the back of the caboose. We'll see about that. Yes, the OG SRV. Yep. Oh, Craig's one of my favorite blues musicians. He's not strictly blues, but he's blues rock, I guess. Who is Heath? He and Heath who? Okay, good. So let's see here. Man. Wow. Rusting these wheels is going to be interesting. I think we'll come back to that. So we're going to start here. I don't know how much of this you're going to be able to see. I'm not sure how much of it I'm going to be able to see. Go. You really want to be introduced to Heath, Kyle? Be careful what you ask for. Kerrygold. Yes, that is the good stuff. That's the only butter I eat. JP, I do have some magnifiers, but I didn't think to bring them upstairs with me. They're down on the workbench. So hopefully I'm not making too big of a mess of this. What could possibly go wrong, right? Heath is a wonderful guy to meet because I met him, because he's worth seeing because of that's how. Okay. Well, hey, Nathan, we're all entitled to our opinion. I'm just picking on Heath. He knows it. For those of you who don't know, Heath was one of the original STS members. So let's see. Let's see if this is showing up at all. Okay, that's not too bad. Wonder if it'll help if I put. And John Knoffel, or Knoffel, I'm sorry. I usually don't get notified, so. So it's not just you. Right, well, it's a little bit better, a little dark. I don't have the lighting and camera setup of Heath, so I hope you people will bear with me. Yes, blame Heath. Always blame Heath. Oh, thanks, Pappy. I'm real happy with the way this is coming out. I've never did any real N-scale work. And no, Edward, I do not plan on doing Z-scale. Thanks, Dave. In fact, I would much rather go to O-scale, but I couldn't afford that, and I don't have anywhere near the space for it. I do miss my dad's O-scale. Nathan, we're just picking on Heath, Nathan. If you remember, Heath used to put out, probably still does, T-shirts that say blame Heath. So it actually came from Heath. So I'm sure he's not offended by it. Timothy Kynard, good to see you, man. JP says O&S are his favorite endeavors. Yeah, I can see that. John Train says G-scale's the way to go. I can't argue with that. And no, Dave, I'm not trying T-scale. Yeah, G-scale. If I had the backyard, I could be talked into that. Are the rivets counted, Kyle? No, I am definitely not a rivet counter. Just don't tell any short jokes. No, around here, Dave, we really don't talk about short things. And I'm just going to leave it at that. David, do you mean YouTube Shorts? Okay, that works. All right, now, devil hates a coward. I probably should take the wheels out of here to do this. But why not? Jump in with both feet. I've always been really good at that. Yeah, you know what? That's not going to work. Okay, that's not too bad. I will show you, folks, when I get this done, but I can't have it facing you and still be able to see it. Andy says litter isn't much fun when you're 5'1". Nathan, my Christmas display is on a door. It was what was it? 28-inch door, which I cut down, so it's about 7 feet long by 28 inches wide. Yes, JP, I do use that technique. In fact, I like that technique with oil paints. I do that for rusting quite frequently. There you go, Bob. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Right now, I'm just trying to get the insides of the wheels. Which I had no idea was going to be so difficult on N scale. I guess if I took the wheels out, it would be a little bit easier. Yes, oil paints for weathering, I love them. They take longer to dry, of course, but I like the effect that you get with them. Actually, it's not the North Pole, Nathan, but the entire layout is a winter scene set in Minnesota, and I will have a snowmobile park on it. I thought about a ski slope, but would have taken made a taller layout than I wanted for where it's going to sit in my living room. So I turned it into a snowmobile park, and I actually have some 3D printed N-scale snowmobiles. I designed and 3D printed them. So I'm actually looking forward to that layout. I've always wanted to do a winter layout, winter scene, but I didn't really want my entire layout, primary layout, to be a winter scene. But I figured for a Christmas layout, that would be perfect. And I'm sure when I look at this with my magnifiers on, it's not going to look anywhere near as good as it's looking to me right now. Let's see. Yes, in fact, I've read the Polar Express, Nathan, the book before in fact, I've never seen the movie. Will the snowmobiles be in action, like using the car system to have them moving? No, I don't think I'm going to go quite that far, JP. The car systems are cool. And Darryl, I agree 100%. I hate YouTube shorts. Very rarely will I watch a YouTube short. It has to really capture my attention. Edward, there's people who live around me wear shorts in the winter. Yeah, I saw Saw the Polar Express in the theaters. I saw Unstoppable on television, I believe. No, that's right. I didn't see the movie Polar Express. I read the book. That's right. No, it was Unstoppable that I've seen. Nope, I've never seen it, Kyle. It's probably a sin in this group. My son wears shorts year round and lives near Boston, Massachusetts. Yeah. And Corey, the train buff boy, is painting an AWVR 1206 locomotive. Cool. This caboose may have taught me a lesson about weathering N scale. But what makes YouTube unique and uniquely valuable is long-form content, in my opinion. And Bob, I agree. When I got started on YouTube, if shorts were the thing then, I probably would not have gotten started. Many youngins in the room. Yeah, we've got a few. Nothing wrong with that. Love to see young modelers. Not just us old codgers here. I'm pretty sure there were some Minnesotan or North Dakotan that wore shorts when it was like 30 degrees below outside. Oh, I'm sure. I love how they walk around here in shorts and hoodies. It kind of defeats the purpose, if you ask me. Yeah, Corey's 19. Yeah, I do remember 19, Corey. I remember my little girl was 19, and I remember when her kids were 19. And James, I think you're about the youngest one in here, aren't you? All right, Anthony Borden, good to see you, man. No shorts, KFC would start chasing me. And Daryl's turning 21 and going to Las Vegas. All right, Daryl. Wow, Nathan. Yeah, you know, I don't like the shorts at all. I don't like what YouTube's doing with them. And I'm just hoping it doesn't completely destroy YouTube on me. They've tried several times with some of the stuff they've done. But so far, I've managed to stick around. Georgia Sunbelt going? All right, Anthony. Have a good night, man. If I missed you, get some rest, and we'll see you around. Well, yeah, that's you're right, Nathan. It was to compete with TikTok. I get that, and it's a lot of it is attracting the younger viewers. I mean, the younger viewers are perfectly comfortable sitting there with their phones in their hands and their face buried in their phone. I hate watching a video like that. I have a nice big screen monitor here, and that's what I want to see it on. But like I said, I'm an old codger, so James is going back to grade school. No thanks. Once was enough. A short for a run by is okay. Yeah, I guess. Like I said, I watch very, very few shorts. But advertising has always been about, the 18 to 49 age group, and I'm just a hair outside that. So YouTube really doesn't care whether I like watching their shorts or not. I used to have flip phones, yeah, and all these phones that they act like they had. Yep, I definitely had flip phones, but then Nathan, I remember when there was no cell phones. Yeah, you're right. Still got the hardware store to replace tubes in his TV. Sparky, yes, I did. In fact, I don't have it on this computer. I showed it the last time. I found a picture of almost exactly this caboose. It was, I think it was off by 2 numbers. And that's what I based it all of this on. Yes, rotary phones. You're right. Connected to the wall, Nathan. And Bob, I agree. They seem like mostly clickbaits to me as well. But yes, Sparky, I did. This is I'm pretty happy with my rendition of it. Bob, I am way older than the internet. John Knopfel still has a flip phone. Let's see if this thing. Yeah, these window blanks here on this window, they were all they were added on that picture that I found. I think I found it on Railroad Pictures Archive, maybe. Not sure. Yes, I definitely remember phone books and yellow pages. Yep. Simpler life then. All right. I think other than the smokestacks, come back here. I think I may have got it. Edward, I'm older than most computers. You remember climbing them poles, huh? Ray used phone book as booster seats for his young brother. Yeah, I think a lot of people did that, Ray. They were thick. They were good. Oh, Mystic John number 7. Good to see you, man. What is the number on this caboose? I knew you were going to ask me that. This is 18832, Sparky. It's an N-4A Caboose. John 2 had a Commodore. No, you know what? I never did have a Commodore. I did have what was I can't think of the name of that. My first computer. It didn't have a hard drive. VIC-20, there you go, JP. It didn't have a hard drive. It had you had to connect a cassette player to it, and you had to connect your television to it. Dave's DB Tech's grandma saved a stack of phone books for booster seats. Cool, Spark. I appreciate it. Like I said, the one that I found was off by 2 numbers. I think it was maybe it was only off by 1 number. It might have been 18831. I'm not sure. No, Nathan, I never saw an actual GG1. They had run on the line behind my house, but that was de-electrified in like the 40s, which would put it about 20 years before me. So the line is still in use today, but they stopped running. They pulled all the electric off a long time ago. So I never did get to see one. Bob's dad brought home the first version of Pong. That was an amazing game, wasn't it, Bob? Let's see what we got here. All right, maybe if I can zoom in a bit here. See if this is going to... it's not focusing really good. Let's try it this way. And that's not focusing really well either. John 7, I remember Pong when it was still an arcade game. Pong left the mark on the shadow screen burning. Yes, it did. Todd saw GG1 when he was a teenager. He still remembers it. Yeah. The Strasburg Railroad, and we pulled up next to the main line to run back. Penn Central GG1. Wow, that's cool. That was my father's favorite locomotive was the GG1. He had an O-scale GG1 on the layout with a full rake of passenger cars. Yeah, you know what, JP, I think you're right. It's not actually my shirt so much as my desk here. Let me see if we can do that. Anthony Borden, thank you, man. Let me see if I can zoom in and get my shirt completely out of it. All right, that's a little bit better. No, that doesn't help. Randall, I was done with all video games long before Super Mario Brothers. All right, that's not too bad. So I did rust it. The wheels, I'm not sure how they came out. Let's take a quick look. Oh, thanks, Todd. The wheels are going to need another coat when I have my goggles on. Might get all over me. But yeah, the picture I saw was very lightly rusted, mostly around those window blanks, a little bit down on the corners and the steps. So pinball, absolutely, that was the game. Sinclair Z21, yep, Sinclair. I had a Sinclair too. Thank you, Darryl. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it. Nathan, that would be cool. That would really be cool. So, that's it. That's really it for the N-scale caboose. Other than putting on the smokestacks, which I will do, and I will probably just take some still shots when I can get much better lighting and angles than I can here. So give me a second, and thanks, Bob. I appreciate it, man. Dave BNSN scale. Good to see you, man. You love the Terminator pinball machine. I don't remember that one. Thanks, Pappy. That was the window blanks was really one of the things that that convinced me to do this. I was originally just going to repaint it. Yeah, John Knopfel, it's definitely small. Like I said, it may have cured me of wanting to weather N scale again. But no, I'm happy with the way it came out. But those window blanks really were what convinced me not to just completely repaint it and keep it a Conrail and add the window blanks. I was going to repaint it just to bite Sparky in the butt, but like I said, I like the window blanks. Randall's, one of his favorites was Sequest DSV for the Sega Genesis. Wow, no, I was done with games by then. Let's see. Oh yeah, I have Anthony Borden. I have an HO scale GG1, even though my layout is not electrified. I still have one, just pretty much in deference to my dad, and I have my father's O scale. I don't have the passenger cars. I don't know what happened to them, but I do have his locomotive. And I actually have 3 of his locomotives. So 1 second while I reset my my camera. Sparky's going to give me another hug if I hurt that caboose in any way. Nah, Sparky, I'm kind of happy with it now. It came out good, so it sold me on Conrail. I'll be right back, folks. Mystic John likes the baby making music. Just a guess next time. Thanks, Sparky. Darryl, good night. If I missed you, sorry, but have a great night, man. Appreciate you stopping in. And I agree, James. Sparky does need an N-scale caboose. And he needs an N-scale caboose that he adds some window blanks, weathers, and fades. And we'll see which one of us does a better job. Oh, you're running catenary on your layout. That's cool. That's cool. I did think about that, but it was a very fleeting thought. My father didn't have any catenary. Didn't have any catenary wires run. Oh, thanks, Edward. I appreciate it, man. But he did have the catenary poles up. So it looked the part. Sparky has a Z-scale Conrail caboose. Wow. Nah, Z-scale is just way too small. I only did the N scale because I wanted just a small layout to put up for Christmas. Caboose Inn in Du Bois, Pennsylvania has a Conrail caboose to stay in, Sparky. Cool. And John B. says he's got a guy at the club that does catenary. That's really cool. I had a friend of mine years ago. He was building an N-scale layout, and he had already run telephone wires, on poles. And he was planning on doing wiring catenary, but he never did get it. Oh, Ray's thinking about doing catenary on his loud. That would be cool, Ray. Wow, Nathan, it's 9 o'clock already? Wow, that tonight went fast. All right, folks, that's all I had for tonight. I really have no idea what I'm doing next month. We'll have this done, but like I said, I will show that in picture form because I can do a better job. I'll take it outside, get better lighting, better camera angles, and I'll bring you up to date on that. Conrail Caboose on a Christmas train. Well, it's not really a Christmas train so much, Dave, as a Christmas layout. Lynn McCurdy, good to see you, man. I didn't start 8 hours ago. I don't think I've been talking that long. Andy says it's only 2 a.m. there. Wow, Andy, you're still up. I appreciate you hanging in there, man. Thank you, Pappy. I appreciate that. Todd, thank you. Certainly appreciate that. Yep, I understand. Thanks, Sparky. Have a good night, and good birthday tomorrow. Thank you. Steve 87 PSAP, good night. Appreciate you being here. That's cool, Nathan. That's cool. Lynn, I was hoping, of course. Thanks, Dale. I really appreciate you being here, man. Love to see Sunday morning coffee and trains back again. But Lynn, yeah, of course I was hoping. RS3s were one of my favorite locos, but that would have raised a few eyebrows if I won 2 years in a row. Ken, good night. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. Dwight, appreciate it. Dave, Carolina Foothills, thank you, sir. Tom Grassy, thank you. Steve, JD, Nathan, thank you. Good night, Dave. Good night, everybody. Let's see. Next week is going to be Ray on Sidetrack Sunday. We've got a little bit of schedule changes here, so Ray will be here next week. I'm not really sure where it goes after that, but I'm sure Ray will update us. So thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great night, and we'll see you during the streams this week. Good night. Not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it, man. What channel is Ray on? If one of the moderators could pop up Ray's link, I would appreciate it. If Ray's still here, of course he can do it. If not, somebody else, please. It's the Beauville and Newtown Radio. Papa John, good to see you, man. We're just closing up here, so I hope you have a great night, man. All right, thank you all, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, JJ.